we go. Going. And that's gone. But didn't work. Start with Deja over here. Come on. What are you? There we go. Alright. Loop it around your finger. Pull it in like this. And you got a little end knot. Can't really see it. Well, it'll be more than enough to keep from pulling through. And as always, the hard part is not starting, it's ending. Come on. This time we're gonna loop from the outside in as opposed to the inside out. It doesn't really make a difference. And it's already knotted in the back. Oh, wait, no, that was already... Let's see. Hey, JG, what's up? Ash. Well, after about 4 patches, this thread is finally fucking foobar. I think? Fuck. Oh, I see a problem. I'm an idiot. I didn't pull it all the way through at the beginning. That's why it's not going. There we go. And you go around back. Fuck it, this thread's unusable. There's too many knots in it. I'm not up to much. Just didn't feel like starting a new game on a Saturday. So I'll just throw these patches on, then I'll probably call it. It'll keep me busy for a couple hours. This thread went through about 4 different patches before now, so at least it got used, because this started out as one long 30-foot string that went through at least 3 things. So for it to finally give up now, after like a week of drying out on my dresser, that's not too bad. Let's see. This is the debut album of the Lord Weird Slough-Fag. It's self-titled. The trick with most patches that are about this big is that you can basically just stretch your arms out like a full arm's length, and that's going to be more than enough. I don't need to worry about going overboard because this is 200 yards of dental floss, which is far more than enough thread for me. But yeah, I basically just queued up the Slough-Fag discography because it's been a hot minute since I listened to them. They're one of my favorite bands. There's a reason that I have a shirt of theirs, of their third album, Traveler, cut up on here. Probably my favorite concept album. It's about Han Solo being turned into a furry and raging a race war. Sorry, waging a race war across the cosmos. No, I'm not joking. That's actually the plot. Good shit. Need to fucking repress because the vinyl goes for easily over $120, $130 on Discogs. $200 if it's in good condition. And I settled for the $10 CD pressing that Metal Blade put out a few years ago when they signed them for their. Only this fucking band. They get signed to Metal Blade. They drop one album. It's by far their worst, and then they get dropped by Metal. Oh, at least Metal Blade reissued all their older stuff on CD, so it's easier to get now. Slavfag are a weird band. I think the only thing of theirs I'm really missing are a few of their mid-period albums and their demo comp, which I haven't been able to find on Discogs, so whatever. I doubt Shadow Kingdom's ever going to repress that. As for the band I'm showing now, it's called Titan Force. They're an old proggy power metal band from the 80s. Their singer, Harry Conklin, was also in Jagdpanzer, Satan's Host, too. Well, I don't have a Jagdpanzer patch yet. I do have a Satan's Host one over here on the other side, next to the Slavfag one, funnily enough. It all loops back together, boys. Yeah, the trick I learned with this vest, especially to help keep your patches straight, because my old vest is, Look, I've seen straighter men in San Francisco Pride rallies than that fucking vest. So... eh. Yeah, Satan's Host is great, but honestly, my rating for Conklin's stuff would probably be the Jagdpanzer debut, then Titan Force, which he did right after, then Satan's Host. And then somewhere in there's those two songs he did with Riot that never got released officially, and was later re-recorded with the singer they hired after him, who was, for a full length, who was, no shame on Mike DeMaio, but, yeah, he's easily the worst singer Riot ever had, which isn't saying much considering they've had multiple amazing vocalists who are legendary in their own right. So being the worst of that is nothing to be ashamed of. God damn it, did I do it again? God damn it, I did it again. Hold on. You can't see, I don't know if you can see it, but basically what happened is I looped the string under the loops, and so I don't have the full string. So let me fix that. Can't tell, I don't really know what I'm doing because I'm incredibly self-taught. And I learned mostly by hurting myself. That sounded edgier than I wanted it to. By that I mean I learned by accidentally stabbing myself in the hand with a needle a lot. It's not stupid if it works. That through. Satan's Host are, funnily enough though, Satan's Host are the only band I own everything they've ever released. Actually, no, that's wrong. I'm missing, like, one random EP they did in the 90s. But whatever. Like, I have every single one of their studio albums on CD, because they released 2 box sets earlier this year with 90% of their material, and I just had to track down the comp of the remaining 8% outside of the EP. Not bad. Even if the comp I had to track down cost me more than the 2 box sets combined, because it was rare. Because it was a mint version of it with a patch included, and then I got it, and then the label that put out the comp, No Remorse Records, put up some extra of those patches on their website a week later for about $8 a pop, so I could have saved myself like $20, but oh well. Yeah, that Exciter patch I actually bought off of DK a while back. This was from their, I think it was from that canceled Australia tour they were supposed to do earlier this year. So they were selling some merch online, and since I needed a patch, I just snagged it. There's Exciter, Visigoth, the Satan's Host one, Liege Lord, who I got from Burning Leather Mexico with this same shirt, even though for some reason it's a different album, and Idle Hands, which I got from the band themselves last year when I managed to catch them open for King Diamond, which, God, that must have been fucking surreal. On your debut album, and you're already touring, opening in honor of King fucking Diamond. Playing like, they didn't play they played a fucking, like, full-on drama theater here in Orlando, so I can only imagine it was the same elsewhere since that was the only place that could fit his stage show. They're going places. Too bad that EP they put out earlier this year wasn't very good, but it's 2 tracks, and they're clearly B-sides, so whatever. I can't fault them for taking the opportunity. Other Mexico. Moisty got it. Yes, I actually had this. I actually have the same shirt, in the Sign of Evil one. It's around here somewhere. I threw it with my dirty clothes because I was wearing it yesterday. Okay, there we go. Now it's time. I think this patch might be this Titan Force patch might be a bootleg, but it looks identical to the ones that the label itself put out, so whatever. Yeah, I also have an In the Sign of Evil patch on my old vest. You can't see it because it's over here out of frame. But it led to a really funny situation at a concert where it wasn't... I don't remember who I was seeing. But some guy spilled beer, like, some guy was drunk in the pit and he spilled beer on me, and for some reason it only landed on the Sodom patch, and I don't know why. So, I mean, if it's gonna wind up on anyone, it might as well wind up on the Germans, you know? It was shitty venue beer anyway, so it wasn't like it was a loss. It was probably out $10 or something like he could have bought for 2. If it wasn't, if he found a way to smuggle it in. Yeah, listen to Liege Lord, especially their third album, Master Control. The fucking singer, no joke, sounds identical to Bruce Dickinson. It's fucking wild. And he hasn't done anything of note since then. That was like 88. He was in the band Overkill for a while during their dark period in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like a rhythm guitarist and backup vocalist. And I'm saying this with full respect to Blitz, because Overkill are one of my favorite bands. Yeah, no, the fucking Liege Lord dude. Assuming he had the same pipes he did in the 80s, or assuming they both did, the Liege Lord dude would blow him off the stage every night. Killer fucking shit. Also work with dental floss. The wax makes it easier to catch on and stick, and it's a lot stronger than thread. Because it's basically just a shit ton of thread lined up together. Also, it smells good. Just don't keep putting the needle with the thread in it in your mouth like I do, or your entire mouth is going to taste like dental floss, and it's gross. Ow. That through. Nope. God, I don't know how I did my first vest without glue, honestly. This glue mix is so much fucking easier. Especially if you're not a coward who uses a sewing machine. Take your lumps, develop your calluses. Another problem with sticking the needle in your mouth, it gets wet and can get harder to force through. Because it's harder to grab. Also, fun fact about this band, the singer is now, well, he's still in the band, but he is also his day job is like a philosophy professor at, I want to say community college in Berkeley, like somewhere around there. I don't know where. So basically, he's a total fucking nerd. Good shit, though. Also, a good rule of thumb that I figured out when you're sewing your patches, after each side is done, make sure you've got enough thread to like just lay it out and not only loop around the patch, but still have a good couple inches of slack. That's how you know you're going to have enough thread to work with. And you're not going to need to get more. Damn it. Hold on. No, not Berkeley Music School, like Berkeley, California. Like the city. He teaches at their local community college. He doesn't teach philosophy at that Berkeley. So that would be pretty cool. But Slough-Feg is such a weird band. Actually, sorry. The Lord Weird Slough-Feg. They went back to their original name. There we go. Oh, that's the string. No. Yep. Yeah, as it stands right now, I'm gonna have to put this vest on pause for a little bit, at least until I get a couple more shirts in. Because what I want to do is, I have a shirt in the middle back, I got a shirt here, and I got a shirt here, leaving one spot on the back here, and the other front open. And I want to get shirts for there, and of the two shirts that I want to get, one, I'm just lazy and a bit cheap. I just haven't gotten around to ordering it yet. Because when I order it, I'm going to be ordering like a dozen shirts from them because they have a bunch I want, both to use on here and to just straight up wear. Yeah, it's Shadow Kingdom Records, by the way. The only place I've been able to find one is on AliExpress, which is the Chinese equivalent to Amazon. And I don't really want to wait 2 months to get a Chinese bootleg shirt delivered, you know? I buy my bootlegs made here in America, goddammit. True. Also, what the fuck is a Highway Corsair? They keep using that along in that phrase or something similar in multiple albums, and I have no idea what the fuck it means. Nothing like this fucking band. They're so goddamn weird. I love it. This was actually the first underground metal band I ever listened to because I found them by complete happenstance on the Metal Archives. I don't remember what I was looking for, but I was basically just like, hey, I like this band. Let's see, pull up Metallum and see what similar artists they have. And then Lord Weird Slough-Fag. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That's a weird name. So I click onto their thing and I noticed one of their albums, Down Among the Dead Men. Hold on. Sorry, thought I had to sneeze. Had 5 reviews. God damn it. And a score of like 99% or something ridiculous like that. I'm like, okay, 1 review with a perfect score, that's fine, but 5? That got my attention, so I pulled it up and I fucking love it. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, and it's still my favorite album they've done. But Traveler had the better cover art, so I went with Traveler, because that's my second favorite album of theirs. But you basically can't go wrong with any Slough-Fag album not titled The Digital Resistance, which was the one they made on Metal Blade that I mentioned earlier, but hey, that's just a one-off, so whatever. Actually, there is another shirt that I could track down and put in place of the one I want to get off AliExpress, but I haven't been able to find one of those anywhere. So, whatever. What? Back to... Did I break the thread? Oh. Hold on. There we go. Only tied that piece of string underneath another string. There we go. Hold on. There we go. I overshot the string and I couldn't figure out where the needle was. Well, for those wondering, don't worry. I'm wearing pants. Today is not the day I wear the thong on stream. That comes much later down the line. Also, the best part about using waxed dental floss is that I have a real hard time tying it onto the needle. no matter how big the eye is, because the thread will always come undone, or the knot rather. So the wax actually catches it and keeps it on longer, so that's always convenient. Uh-oh. I might have done too many loops on this top part, and I'm running a bit short on string. Let me show. Nope, I'm gonna be fine. Also, just a reminder to any patch makers out there that are definitely not watching this, stick to simple, simple geometric shapes, you know? Triangles, squares, rectangles, circles, diamonds. Y'all don't need to pull this bullshit where it's like 8 different shapes in one. It's not worth it, and it's a bitch and a half to sew, no matter how cool it. Especially another thing about weird non-Euclidean shapes, like this universe patch here, which I don't know if you can see it. It's a rectangle, and then like a little bit of it just curves off into its own little thing. Makes it harder to figure out how much string you're actually gonna need, because my looping method to see if it's gonna fit only works on those kind of shapes. But should be fine. Xbox. Alright, that's fine, JG. Have fun. I'll still be here. Ow. That's fine. Half listening is still more than most people do, so whatever. God, I love the way these guys record drums. Come on. No? I somehow keep getting the same piece of thread looped under the fucking stitching, and I don't know how. So I'm just gonna use my other hand to hold it out of the way. Go. Leave that string alone, then. Also, the funny thing about working with dental floss that I forgot to mention, this 200 yards cost me about $6 on Amazon, which is way less than I would have had to pay for the equivalent amount of string. So, thank you, Jeff Bezos. You're driving us further into the anarcho-capitalist hellscape I so longed for. Can't wait to feed. Yep, the good emote. That's from the cover of Battle at Helm's Deep by the I was going to say Norwegian, New Jersey power metal band Attacker. It is a legendary album cover, and not for the reasons they want. There's a reason when they repressed it, they didn't use the original art. It's peak. Don't worry, guys. My girlfriend. Don't worry, guys. My girlfriend's an artist. She'll design one for us. I don't know if it's the worst album art I've seen out of there, because Narita by Riot, as much as I love that album, has god-awful cover art. But that one at least loops back around into being a transcendent experience. Yeah, sadly, since I'm still such a small channel, Twitch only allows me one, so I had to make it last. Or at least make it worth it. I think that one's worth it. If for no other reason, I get to use it on my own time for free. There we go. Alright. Patch is done. Gotta do a few more loops and then I can tie her off. I really need a better sewing setup. Maybe strap a GoPro onto my head or something. That could be funny, but I don't have a GoPro. And the only camera I have in this house that can record video is old and bulky, and I don't exactly have a way to head mount it because it's about 4 or 5 pounds. No, it's not. It's closer to like... But it's still one of the older, bulky ones. I guess maybe my phone, but at the same time I use my phone for other stuff on stream, so... Like, because I basically have 3 versions of the stream open right now. I have the stream manager on Twitch is in front of me. I got OBS on my left, and I got my phone next to that, just so I have a one-to-one live, what I see what you guys see type deal as well. Yeah, remember that big awkward string that kept getting in the way? It's this one. It's now been tied into this So basically, it's never gonna break. It's never gonna come undone now. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. There we go, and it's tied off. We can cut that string with the knife because I'm too lazy to go up and get scissors from the kitchen. So we can just wiggle this thread off. And since this is real, there's only a couple inches. Like, this is about the amount you're supposed to rip off to actually floss your teeth with. I can just go ahead and crash that. I'm gonna hold off on Universe for now, and we're gonna get to this mess of patches over here that I haven't done yet, because I only glued these on last night. Start with Satan's House since that's the smallest. And since it's so small, instead of having my arms fully extend both sides, I'm only gonna extend one arm and this will be more than enough. To create the start knot, what you do is you take the one end of the string, it doesn't matter which, wrap it around your finger like so, and then just create a ball. And when it's all clumped together like this, just push it back down towards the end of the string, and you got yourself a little knot. That won't come undone because you brute forced it. I may not know how to tie my shoes, but by God, I can tie off a string. Last time I tied those shoes was when I got them several months ago, and I've never bothered untying them. PCs are pretty easy to get into. You can build a Xbox comparable, PlayStation comparable PC for like $400 to $500 if you know where to look for a guide. Or at least you could a few years ago. Not sure about now. God, I have no idea how I'm gonna fucking sew this on. There's no room to work with. The glue did not hold this one down very well at all at the end. At least the middle is so I kind of have a base to work with, if nothing else. Hold on one sec. That should work. The problem, I wish I could work over the desk, but the thing is this chair is just too low, so I can't. Just appear on camera because I don't want my feet on the internet. If I can help it. There we go. Alright, there we go. I just got no way to get under it. Where's the arm? There we go. Whoops. This is just a demo version of one of the earlier songs on this album. Oh well, it's almost over. I'll just let it play through. Oops. Yeah, you gotta make sure not to get the thread hooked somewhere on the patch. I've had that happen before and it's a bitch. I do like being ambidextrous, so that makes it kind of easier to get through because you can just push with one hand, pull with the other, and then just trade off to get it to go the other way. Pull. Pull. There we go. It's either floss or hair, and I can't tell. One thing you gotta be careful with, though, when working with glue in a patch is that it can get kinda hard to get through the glue as well. Gonna have to apply a bit extra force. Here. Thankfully, this isn't as annoying as the Keep It True patch I had to do yesterday. Because that had no room to work with and was a bitch to get the needle through because it was just... I think it was a poorly made patch or just too many layers, I'm not sure which. Alright. Yo. Also, one thing I like about the Satan's Host logo, at least this one, is that the A's in Satan, you can't really see them because it's up. They have little horns. Like, that's fucking adorable. I love it. Though, if you're gonna get a Satan's Host patch, get the other one they sell at No Remorse, the one with the devil tail. That one looks cooler, and it looks like it's on fire. Come on. There we go. Had it looped around my fist. Yep. Now we're getting somewhere fast. Oh. This is just more demo tracks than I think about. This is Up Down Among the Dead Men. Might have been Twilight of the Idol. Why does Discord say I'm offline? Ah. Alright, that would be why. Okay. Thread came off the needle, but I can just retie that. Come on. The hell? Why is it not going in? There we go. Got it. Yeah, this Visigoth one didn't glue on very well. Yeah, well. God damn it. I missed the patch. Fuck. Just looped in through the vest. Do this. Pull it back. There we go. Now we're back on track. Check something. Not it. Alright, I'm just checking something on my end real quick. Whatever. That, because I don't know why it keeps popping up. Alright. Much better. Hey, B-Cops, what's up? I'm sure you know the pain of what I'm doing right now, buddy. We've run in similar scenes. Or do hardcore kids still do the safety pin thing? I don't know. Okay. Denim, dental floss, and needles. What's not to love? Fruit. But yeah, what are you up to? Since it's noon-ish, I'm guessing you're on your lunch break? Wait, today's Saturday. Eh. Could still be eating lunch. Yeah, I know there was a bit, like, but that might just be more of the old hardcore punk scene. Like, because I know there's some old stories out of the early DC scene of them fucking around with pins. Like, I, shit, Henry Rollins. I'm completely blanking on his name. Has a funny story about like the first time he ever heard Motorhead at a party. They're like, yeah, and then some asshole came up with Ace of Spades, and then about a week later, everyone next to all their like old British punk bands had just a Motorhead pin there too. Fucking Christ, the band that brought everyone together. Oh no. I don't think I've ever actually listened to Corrosion of Conformity. I know of them, but I can't even be asked. They're a sludge metal band, right? Like, I can't even tell you what genre they play. I don't remember. Just, yeah, don't ask me to name any of their albums either. Alright. Pull that. Ooh. Yeah. Motorhead are one of the... like, Motorhead... I have a sad history with Motorhead because, like, I missed my one chance to see them in October of 2015. 2 months later, Lemmy was dead and the band broke up, and I had the one chance. I do have a Lemmy Funko Pop, though. The only one I ever bought. And I bought it for at market value at a con because for some reason there were a bunch of people selling Funko for well above market value, and then I just found like the one guy selling them like, yeah, it's worth $10, you can pay me $10. So like, yeah, I bought it from him. Yeah, Rush are another one I never got to see live, but yeah, that one also sucks. Such a good fucking band. Helped one of my favorite bands of all time, Riot, get big too, because Riot was the opening act on their 81 tour for Moving Pictures in North America. They were so close to breaking it big, and then their singer fucked off to become an exterminator. And is now buried in Woodlawn Cemetery in Gotha, Florida, sharing the same cemetery as Bob Ross. I'm not even joking. I could probably walk to that cemetery and be there in about an hour. It's really close to where I live. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. The problem is, it's so goddamn hot here that I can't bike there. But yeah, I'll throw that on the docket tonight, JG. Just remind me when the stream's over. But I'll check them out. But yeah, I've missed a lot of the big bands, so that's why I basically try to hit every show I can when they come through town. Like, fuck, Judas Priest announced they were going to be doing a local fest type show here literally this time next year, and day one announcement, I had already bought a ticket. Which is going to be cool, because a buddy of mine is the bass player for one of the other bands playing there. They're called Soulfly, so that's going to be fun. I just gotta figure out how to smuggle a bag of marbles into the concert venue as a joke for him. But, I'll figure it out. If worst comes to worst, I'll just break in, bury the damned things, and I'll dig them up later. Yeah, like, I haven't seen most of the major metal bands. The biggest I've seen was Slayer on their farewell tour, and I got to see, like, half of the other legendary thrash metal bands there with them. Like, that was... like, they had Anthrax, they had Testament. I've since been able to see Overkill and Exhorder live. Yeah. Slayer was my first metal show. That was fucking awesome. I had to take the night off of work. I could have worked that night because the concert ended well before my shift started. But I was completely deaf because I didn't bring earplugs because I'm not a coward. So I actually just couldn't hear anything until the next day. I got some, like, of those three, the only one I'd really be interested in seeing is Amon Amarth, because Trivium doesn't do much for me, and I think Children of Bodom broke up, but I could be misremembering it. But I have some buddies that have seen Amon Amarth, and they say it's a good show. See, my main problem with Amon Amarth is they're the biggest band in a genre that I love, but at the same time, they play it nothing like the bands that pioneered the genre, because Viking metal is really goddamn weird about that. Like, fucking the bands that invented it are Heavy Load, a Swedish band, basically the first Swedish metal band, and Bathory, one of the greatest black metal bands of all time. And so, admittedly, it's more of a lyrical theme than a musical theme, but the way they do it can be kind of considered a genre, since they had very similar grandiose styles of playing it. And then just Amon Amarth gets famous playing pretty decent death metal. Like, they're not bad. I'll give them that. They're decent. Not a band I'll reach for in a pinch, but yeah. I've liked what I've heard from them. I really liked, what was it? Twilight of the Thunder God. That was how I found out about them. I also liked that one they did a few years ago, Jomsviking, I think? Like, it had a light blue cover and a Viking dude standing menacingly on it. If I saw it, I could point it out of a lineup. I just don't remember the name. Jomsviking, maybe? But this is gonna bug me. On a Marth. Tumba. Jomsviking, that was it. I haven't hit the album they did last year, though. I should probably hit that at some point. Nice. Though, as much shit as I give the God of War reboot, because I don't like it, how the fuck did, in a world where they, for God of War 3, they actually licensed a couple metal bands, including, funnily enough, Trivium, to do songs for them, how the fuck did they not license an Amon Amarth song for the trailers of the God of War reboot? Like, come the fuck on! It's right there, Sony! You have the money! They could have done it, and they didn't. Yeah. I actually discovered Amon Amarth through, of all things, the Twilight of the Thunder Gods cover that Sabaton did, because they were one of the first metal bands I ever found. Funnily enough, Sabaton is also playing that Judas Priest concert I'm gonna go see next year. They're like, it's the Judas Priest tour, and Sabaton are the openers, and the rest, I guess, are just other bands I got to sign on. I think they got Soulfly to sign just because their bassist lives like an hour from here. And the other band, and the Cavaleras just wanted to use this as an excuse to come to Florida and get the fuck out of Arizona for a while. Oh well. Not the Cavaleras, just Max. I don't think Igor's in Soulfly. Igor? Not that. Fuck it, I don't remember. Oh well. Yeah. God, I miss old school Sepultura. Those first couple albums up through Roots, just some of the best death metal ever written. Those Brazilians, they sure knew how to party back in the day. Them, Sarcófago, Volcano, Holocausto. All sorts of crazy bullshit. Fucking Christ. And then there were other scenes, like, I think it was Colombia, where they were playing a similar music and they were calling it deathcore back before that genre existed. Which is hilarious to me because it sounds completely different than what we got as deathcore nowadays. It's about as goofy. Because, well, it was Colombia in the 80s, they were taking themselves seriously, like, old... As much as I loved early, extreme, like, black metal, death metal, that was some goofy fucking bullshit. not as goofy as what the Italians got up to though, because the Italians were fucking wild. Like, fucking, let's see, brave. Like, yeah, they never did the murder and church burnings that the Norwegians got famous for. But there was plenty of grave robbing, and at least one case of a band selling out and doing a techno single. I'm not joking. It's awful. Fucking bulldozer. God, I can't wait for... I'm so glad that, like, the week before everything shut down, I managed to get to 2 shows. Like, for my birthday, because they were both that... Because my birthday is the middle of March, so, like, that was right when everything shut down, so I got myself a couple of tickets to see Devin Townsend, and then a few days later, Overkill and Exhorder. So those were fun shows. I even got to meet the guys in Exhorder because the singer spat on me by accident. I got their autographs, though. That's cool. And the guitarist gave me a pick he used during the show that I keep in my wallet. I'm not showing you because I keep it with my ID and I don't want to dox myself. Not dox. It has my address from like 3 houses ago because I never got around to updating it and it's like a decade old. But still. All sorts of crazy shit. I've been kicked in the head, had beer spilled on me, nearly got thrown up on. Got kicked in the head again and again. Like, the same guy at multiple shows has wound up kicking me in the head while crowd surfing on accident. And I know it's the same guy because there's only so many 5'2" dudes with curly black hair going to these shows. Those in this area. Like, it can't not be the same guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy, though. It's just he always seems, since I'm always, like, middle front of the stage, he always winds up either landing on me or accidentally kicking me if I'm not looking. Joke's on him, though. I helped carry him into a ceiling fan once. Small bar shows are the best. Because I've noticed that the more likely the venue appears... The more likely that if a venue was a person, it would try to stab you, I've noticed, tends to have the best shows. Like, the dirtiest, nastiest, that guy just threw up all over the urinal shit always is the wildest shows. It's great. Like, the best concert I've ever been to was for an old Bay Area band called Vicious Rumors at some local punk bar, of all things, which they don't play anything like that, so I don't know how they got there. To, like, 10 people, and it was just me and one other guy basically having a transcendent religious experience because they were on their 40th anniversary tour. I think I have that shirt around here somewhere. It might be in my dirty clothes pile over there, but why did I gesture with my head? You can't see my head. Living room in Providence and bathroom had no door. Yeah, sounds about right. Like, all the big death metal bands that come through play the same bar on the other side of town near the colleges. Shit, though. Even if I don't drink. Like, fucking, I've been there, middle of summer, it's like 110 degrees in the venue because it's fucking packed. And it's humid as hell, and then the bartender will give me shit when I go. I'm like, hey, can I have some water, please? I'm dying over here. And then he'll just look at me, start laughing, like, here. Like, I know he wasn't being a dick about it. It's like, yeah, you're out of your element, aren't you? Like, yep. Good show, good venue, though. I like it a lot. But yeah, besides that, typically, that's where the smaller shows are. Otherwise, they go to there's a couple local concert halls and a House of Blues. Or you can just be Metallica and you can sell out the local football stadium that we have for some reason. I get why we have a football stadium. Like, we have a soccer team now that can kind of fill it, but we've had it forever. Whatever. Good old Camping World Stadium. Back in my day, it was called the Citrus Bowl, and that's how we liked it. Ah, shit. I might be a few inches short on this thread. only ones that are still going are Lupos and the Met and Pawtucket. Wait, Pawtucket is a real thing? I thought that was just from Family Guy. I didn't realize it was a real place. Okay. I thought it was from Family Guy. Yeah, that shows my ignorance. Oh well. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, ain't Pawtucket the name of the brewery Peter Griffin works for? Drinks, I don't remember. I haven't watched Family Guy in forever. And I'm probably not... Ah, yeah, okay. And I'm probably not going to watch anytime soon because not really a Seth MacFarlane fan. I don't get, like, why he's popular. Though, admittedly, the shows like Cleveland Show and Family Guy and shit, he hasn't actually had a serious creative writing gig on since, like, season 3 or 4, which was almost 20 years ago, so it's... So, I think he just sticks around as a voice actor. So, it's not entirely his fault. Yeah. Back when he still gave a shit. Now, I think the show he cares about doing is that, it's totally not Star Trek, promise me. Please, listen to me, show, fuck, what's it called? The Orville? I don't remember. Let's tie this off. Alright. And that's another one done with like 3 inches of thread to spare. Actually, that's closer to like 8. Alright. Over. Oh yeah, speaking of shitty venues, there's a story with this one that always makes me laugh. Where the band Exciter, this was 84, 85, were on tour with opening act Megadeth back when they put out their debut. And yes, I'm aware of how weird opening act Megadeth sounds. But they roll up into San Francisco to play Ruthie's, the fucking bar where thrash metal became a thing. They walk into the venue and like, wow, this place is a shithole. So they fucked off. Making basically every single fucking guy from Metallica to Slayer to Exodus, like to Testament, all the bands were there to see them. Make them sad, but like, and Megadeth fucked off too, because, well, they're the fucking opener. They've got to stick with the tour. So the openers did it. Hyrax and Exodus, like, fucking, how? Like, that's just such a weird thought. That... to go that far back, where a band like Exodus, as legendary as they are, like the band whose guitarist is now in Slayer, there's like, yeah, we're just the local shitty opener no one cares about. Like, I don't think this is gonna be long enough, but it might be. I'll try it. There's so many old wild stories, like, fuck. The only reason Megadeth is a thing is because, fucking Mustaine got drunk, threw a flower pot through his neighbor Dave Ellefson's window, because he was practicing his bass too loud. And then that got Dave fired from Metallica, because only Dave had a fucking drinking problem back then, we swear. And then... since Dave at the time was under the age of 21, he had to sheepishly go to the man who his neighbor, who was over 21 and had thrown a flower pot through his window, and be like, hey, can you buy me some beer? And that's how Megadeth formed. And then 20 years later, he had a cameo on Duck Dodgers. Honestly, everything besides that is kind of moot. Alright. damn, this patch is fucking... This is a well-made patch. It's fucking thick, but, like, not obnoxiously put together. Like, they actually put in the effort here. I've got well-made bootlegs on here. I've got poorly made, legitimate shit, so... It's always nice to find an actually well-made patch by a band who cares. Since I bought it directly off the band, the money actually went in their pocket for once, and that's always nice. Chris knows how many of these bands get built on merch. Oh yeah, if you have, by the way, speaking of old Bay Area thrash, if you haven't seen the Murder in the Front Row documentary, you really should. It's pretty good. I kind of wish they covered a bit more of Possessed, but considering death metal actually came out of that scene, but what can you do? Especially since it would have been a pretty sad story with what happened to Becerra and all that. Oh well, they're back and their new album's fucking kick-ass. So I'm trying to force this needle through the single thickest part of the fucking denim. Ow. There we go. Oh yeah, B-Cop, since you're a hardcore kid, are you familiar at all with the Japanese scene from the 80s? Because there were stories from that fucking area. Like, you obviously know who G.G. Allin is. G.G. Allin would be considered tame by the shit that those guys got up to. It's fucking ridiculous. Let's see. There was... Well, technically they were a noise band, but they had a lot of crossover with that. Called Hanatarash. Their singer rented a bulldozer and then proceeded to drive it through the venue. That was packed with people there to see them. There was Jism, I don't know how to say it. It's GISM, it's an acronym. They always change what it means, and I'm gonna read this fucking descriptor because it's fucking amazing. Gizm were notorious for their confrontational attitude and violent live performances. Frontman Sakevi was known for being particularly dangerous and unpredictable during live shows. His antics included running into the crowd with a chainsaw, attacking the front rows with a lit flamethrower, throwing fireworks at the crowd, beating random concert goers with a club, threatening the audience with a loaded revolver, and firing gunshots on stage. Early shows of the band included very violent media, such as footage of Vietnam and vivisection. He has also done prison time for acts of violence unrelated to the band. One incident where he attacked a salaryman on the subway and apparently stabbing another guy for wearing a bootleg shirt of his band. He's also known for attacking fans and journalists and photographers who tried to approach him. Like, what the fuck? G.G. Allin, eat your goddamn heart out. Good music, though. So it's one of those things like, yeah, they were together for decades, but they only were able to put out 2 albums in the 80s, one in the early 2000s, and then their main guitarist has since passed away. So all they've really done since then is like a one-off reunion show at Roadburn, which... And the live album's pretty great. Check it out if you get the chance. The footage is on YouTube, too. But like, what the fuck, Japan? It's like they just see what the Americans do and like, huh, how can we top this? There's a documentary? Oh god, I didn't know that. Fuck, let's see if I can find that. I'll just have that tab for now. But like, yeah, I started digging into Japanese hardcore, if not last month and the month before, and like, yeah, there's some pretty great shit that came out of there. I really liked one band I don't know how to pronounce it. Z-O-U-O? Zao? Zo? I don't know. I don't speak weeaboo. Despite what the amount of anime I know about, I don't actually care to learn Japanese. It's just not a particular interest to me. I got a thimble right now, so I could just put that on my finger and force it through, but nope. I don't know where my thimble went. I think I lost it when I moved. Maybe it's on this desk? Thumbtack. That's a dime. That's a Lotus patch. Magazine. Yes. Nope. Old watch. I still haven't gotten sick. Nope. Oh well. Oh yeah, B-Cops. Have you played the game Bug Fables by chance? Actually, I don't know if you can. Like, it's that Paper Mario looking game, but with bugs. I've been thinking about playing that. I recently picked it up. Looked like it could be fun, and it's been a long... And since I've done a lot of fast-paced action games recently, I want to do something that's a bit slower, so I don't want to constantly snap my controller into... Oh, fuck! Snap my controller into. And it looks cute, but I've never played a Paper... Sorry, let me correct that. I've never played the completion Paper Mario. I've played a bit of both the first one and the second one. But that's it. Okay. There we go. There we go. Alright, there we go. There we go. Now that I'm getting away from the thicker part of the denim, I can actually get the needle through fairly easily again. Oop. I really don't know if I have enough thread. If I don't, I'll just tie it off and get some more. Yeah, I definitely don't. I'm just gonna start this one again. The joys of having a Magic the Gathering playmat as a mousepad is I can just stick a needle into it and it'll stay up. Let's just undo this. Come on. There we go. Cute. Just leaving little white spots on here. There we go. This wasn't nearly enough, so that's going to waste. Good stuff. That should be fine. Oop. Yeah, this is definitely going to be more than enough. Nope. I think this time I might have taken too much, but whatever. My phone reset. Suck. There we go. Then back up. Put that in the slot. I think I can make this a bit easier for myself by going under the fucking steam of the denim, not through it. Probably should have been doing that the whole time, honestly. Here we go. Already making progress. Three. Alright, there we go. Angle my mic more towards me so it can actually pick up what I'm saying now. Yeah, before I had my mic angled up at the roof, so now that it's actually facing me, it should be a bit better. Especially when I'm leaning back in my chair like this. And there. Right now I've got no choice but to go through the thicker part of the demo. The demnum. Yes, I know in words. Go. On. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Force it through. Here we go. Okay. God damn it, I did that wrong. Loop around the outside. I'm not doing a running stitch this time around, so go ahead and fix this. Hey, what the hell? Oh, the thread just went. On. There we go. I do like how I can clearly see where I had threaded the needle before, so I could just line it up and just slide it right through. Right. It is satisfying watching the thread just keep shrinking down the more you do it. Last one I have to do around the outside of the vest, and then I can just take from the inside there. Not too bad, all things considered. God damn it. Ow. That. Well. I'm bleeding. I mean, I'm not surprised this happened. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me just get something to... Not a bandage or nothing, just a bit of paper to flip up. Alright. There we go. I just grabbed a bit of toilet paper. I'll just throw some pressure on here and it should be fine in a little bit. Can I balance him on the mic? Nope. Worth a shot. There we go. Sorry about that, I just punched a hole in my hand. Go. God, I love this song. Such a good cover. Even if the band had no idea who the fuck they were covering. Because it was like 99. No one knew who the fuck Legend were. Like, no one remembered who the fuck Legend were. Good though. Love From the Fjords. Nope. Yeah, now that I'm done working with the really thick part of the denim, it should be a lot easier from here. Alright, yeah, I've already stopped bleeding. That wasn't that bad. Or just a minor inconvenience than anything. Alright. Who pinged me? Oh. God, the bass drum in this is fucking massive. Damn it, hold on. Good thing I noticed now. Or later. Going this time, not itself. Nope. That was weird. I don't know if you guys just saw that on your end, but the title section on Stream Manager just grayed out, like completely blank, and then it just reloaded again. Like, it still got the same title, that's just kind of... you can obviously tell I'm not touching the keyboard. Maybe I have psychic powers! I wish. I actually do wish I had psychic powers. That'd be cool. I would use them for the most mundane shit. Oh, cool. I'm probably going to be doing this, but we'll see how long it takes me to finish this. I might actually call it early and jump in on that since it was my movie suggestion. I'm about halfway done with this patch right now, so shouldn't take me more than 15, 20 minutes. Thanks, Chris. Worst comes to worst, I'll just watch the first 5 minutes on YouTube later or something. Move this over. Okay. How would I go about smuggling a bag of marbles to outdoor con? Oops. Though, admittedly, you'd think white thread in a black patch while I'm wearing a black shirt would appear better on camera, but it's not. Whatever. and I'll just finish recording Visigoth on my own time, and Idle Hands in. Well, I got a few done on stream, so that's not that bad. Like more than I had yesterday. Actually, 4 since I did one yesterday as well. Alright, see ya, Chris. Have fun. That's awesome. Yeah, cool. Alright, I'm done again, so let's go ahead and fix it. Ow. Go. Alright, since these two patches are so close together, I'm just going to sew the top of this one and the bottom of this one together. That way I don't have to redo it later. I've also done that over here with these two diamond-shaped ones, for instance. Saves thread, saves time. Gonna do it. Ow. Got my finger again. God damn, that is definitely not a line you could write today. We are the Red Men Feathers. And they made a shirt of it too, but I think that's since been discontinued. Like, I remember seeing it on their official website, but when I went back recently to order a different shirt, they didn't have it. Kinda wish I'd managed to get these completely flush, better, and then flattened glue, but whatever. I didn't do the best job gluing Visigoth. Black Ferret, yes. Always work out the extra slack if you can. There we go. Alright. Come on. Isn't a hitman down among the dead men? Oh, oh. I don't know what the fuck I just got that knife stuck on, but... Eh. Right. Where'd it go through? Alright. group. Yeah, this fucking Visigoth patch was kind of a mistake to get, because I bought it and then I had to wait for like 3 months for Metal Blade's LA warehouse to send the damn thing out. I could have bought a bootleg off of eBay. Got it there in a quarter of the time, if that. Try this. I'm almost done with this one. Oh, I brute forced the needle in upside down, that's why. I'm dumb. Alright. Let's... One more and we can tie off and call it. There we go. Alright. Time for measure. Alright. And alright, good enough. That's not too bad. I got 3 patches done in 2 hours. Titan Force. Exciter. Satan's Host. And I got started on Visigoth, so got that going for me. I'll be back Monday with, well, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It's a... I mentioned earlier, the game Bug Fables. It's basically Paper Mario, but with bugs. That game looks pretty fun. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Monday, noon Eastern.